New guitar, still working out the kinks. Ultimately, I'm not a fan of the vintage style bridge. I'm having difficulties intonating it, having difficulties with it staying in tune. I feel like the strings, I can't really show you. I would have to take it kind of apart. Well, not really, but I'll just try to describe it. Think of the way that the screws have the thread, so the spiral ridge, the thread of the screw, and think of that as really, really, really tight, meaning they're close, okay? And the string's supposed to sit in that, and that thread, and it just doesn't sit in the thread very well. You can move it with your hand with very little force, and so it kind of moves sometimes if you play hard enough, and I just can't cut it, so I gotta get a new bridge for that. But as you can hear, it still doesn't sound terrible. The intonation's off a little bit. It was kind of slipping out of tune as I was playing in the back here, and I made a couple of mistakes, out of key notes. Still getting used to the guitar. It's still acclimating to the environment. I can tell the neck hasn't been on the guitar long. A guitar player will know what I mean. I don't know how to describe it. There's like this settled feeling that I get from an instrument when it's older or been sitting around longer and it's used to your, humidity levels and used to you and you're used to it. And it kind of just settles in. And that guitar is still very fresh feeling too, and it kind of adds to the awkward feeling. But ultimately, I really, 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 really enjoy it. That Warmoth build was fantastic. It was easy. I will gladly do it again. It looks good. It sounds good. It was a breeze. The company was great to work with. Very easy, straightforward ordering process on the online builder. Can't recommend it enough. Anyways, I am going to invest a little bit since I got a bunch of Uncle Sam funny money. I didn't use any of my stimulus money. So I'm thinking I'm going to invest a little bit in our YouTube channel, even though we haven't finished the website still. I'm getting ready to text Kyle after this, and I'm going to let him know that I think unless we schedule a night to do this, I may never finish it. So one of these nights we're going to sacrifice to getting the back end stuff done so we don't have to carve out more time. He works 60 hours a week, and I'm a dad and work full time. We say that in everything, every episode, but just trying to emphasize this isn't always easy, even if it's just a few minutes of talking. Because I still have to edit it and put it online. I digress. I want to get a GoPro. We've been wanting to do stuff outside. I've been wanting to do stuff outside solo. He's been wanting to do stuff outside together. And I just don't like taking this Canon outside. And it's not because I don't like the Canon. It's not because I don't think it's capable. It's just where we're at and how rugged and now when I say this, it's not rugged in the sense of we're in the Wild West out here or something. But it's rugged enough, it's humid enough, it's dirty enough, especially with what we want to do, to where I don't really want to take the DSLR out there. And the couple of times that I've done outside things with the vlogs, I've just not really liked the experience. The camera that's too delicate, but that's the nature of the DSLR, especially the one I got. I didn't really spend a lot of money. I did, I guess, but a good entry point, all right? I'll leave it at that. So I'm gonna get a GoPro, and it should be really easy to remove the fisheye effect in post. I'm not a huge fan of that. That's what kind of kept me from getting that's what kept me from getting a GoPro. I'm not a huge fan of the fisheye, but now that I know how to correct it, no big deal. So I'll probably order that this week and start doing some stuff outside. What's going on in my world is, I've been thinking about this for a while. We have one small garden box, 4 foot by 4 foot. Grew some delicious green beans, grew some delicious tomatoes, and yeah, it's nice. And I'm inspired now to finish the grow setup. So instead of building it out of wood, I'm gonna look at maybe some plastic paneling designed for outdoor use like that won't leach harmful chemicals into the soil. That's the caveat there when you're deciding to pick the materials to construct your garden bed out of. You have to pay attention to, are you going to paint it? Are you going to coat it? Is it already coated? Is it treated lumber from the store? You may not want that. It might leach certain chemicals into your soil. You got to kind of do some work to find appropriate material. You don't want to just use anything. I used untreated cedar, and it's going on the 5th year now, pretty decent, but I can tell it's not gonna last maybe but a couple more seasons at best. So I want to get these corrugated metal kits that they make. They come with the bolts and everything. And you can do your own configurations of raised beds, and I think I'm gonna get enough of those, which is gonna be 6 to 8, to grow enough potatoes, enough broccoli, tomatoes, greens, herbs, a bunch of different cool stuff, and you set it up. And then after that, I want to vlog the process. My yard is butted up against a creek, and the guy that has the big house up the way a little bit has a pond, and we're underneath the pond, essentially down the hill from it. I can kind of see it some days. So we got a lot of neat critters, and we got a creek that runs off his pond, but I digress. So back there near the creek, we like to have fun because I cleared an area, and I want to get back, and I want to tame that area even better now. I need to get some new tools. I need to get a couple of extra things to help me out that I just didn't really feel like spending money on. I'm going to now, and I want to take the GoPro out there and just kind of do a diary, you know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and vlogging that process and taking a look and seeing what I uncover back there and what I might want to do with it. I have a neighbor that has inspired me, who will go nameless, but he has inspired me to plant native style meadow. I don't know, it was clunky because I'm not a gardener, clearly. I'm not very good at this. This is not my wheelhouse, but I want to learn a little bit more. The plants that are for this area, the native plants, okay, that was the correct term, but meadow might have been a stretch, but you set up your little area that you allow the native plants that want to be here. There's plants that want to grow where you live at in the world or in the United States. There's plants that want to grow there, and it's good to learn about that and find out how that supports local wildlife, and I'm inspired to do that. I care about the environment a lot, and what things can I do with my land that can help that? I can attract certain bugs, which attract certain birds, which attracts certain, you know, different critters, and there's like this neat ecosystem here, and I want to learn how to help that. And I might get bees too. I got a cool spot for bees, and I might get bees too. That'll be next year, and so I'm going to slowly expand that. I want to take the GoPro outside for it. You know, I'd like to get back into some archery with my buddy Kyle. And I've noticed, okay, what is it that's holding us up? I need a camera I'm willing to take outside and get a little dirty. So I think it's time to do that. Wanted to just hit you with a random update vlog. I'm going to probably edit a bunch of videos tonight, so I don't have to do any this week because we're taking this week off, but we're still going to upload content. So tune in. We got some stuff coming.